What is going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a super great day. And today I got a crazy video for you, but before I get into the video, I got a story time for you. You guys have seen the last one, so I got a ton of stories I gotta share with you. So I know you guys see me with this fresh cut and everything, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm in a barbershop and I'm getting a cut, and all the way at the end, my barber's like, man, you was writing a lot of stuff down in your phone, writing a ton of ideas. Like, what do you do? And I was like, oh man, you know, I produce music and I'm like releasing a drum kit soon. And instantly I stopped. I said all that without thinking, and my conscience was like, why did you say that? I'm like, oh shit, yeah, so I'm gonna catch you. Dapped him, dipped. Now, I don't know where you're from, but for me, it's very, very hard to find barbs. Like, I have a terrible history at barbershops. A lot of times, my head has gotten fucked up. Just horrible cuts. So when you find the barber, you stay committed. You stay down, he's your barber for at least a good, until he messes up. That whole incident made me think about a time years ago that happened to me, and this is why I stopped telling people like I produce, especially barbers. I went one time to the hood and I went to go get a haircut, and I remember I told my barber, because he was asking me a ton of questions. I was like, yeah man, I produce music. He's like,
oh word? Let me hear something.
I play something. Absolute fire. He was like,
Oh man, you hard. Listen man,
and this how I know it's gonna be some shit. He's like,
listen man, I just cut hair on the side. I'm really a rapper. Like man, I was thinking, you know what I'm saying, we can drop an EP, maybe a mixtape together, and you could be 40, I could be Drake and all this.
At that moment, I'm like, damn, because he's like cutting my hair. I'm like, nah. Nah.
He's like, bro, what you mean?
Like, nah, I don't know you, and I just met you. You just cutting my hair. Like, I'm trying to find a new barber, not find a new artist. He's like,
all right. No, it's all good.
At that point, I'm like worried, because I'm like, oh man, what if he fucks my head up? At the end of that cut, I could just see him like, I was like, all right, how much is it?
He's like, $45.
Looked at this nigga like, yo, $45?
He's like, yeah, man, you know, I could have gave you a free cut if you said you wanted to give me, you know, some tracks for a mixtape.
I gave him a folded up 20 and I dipped. I ain't never seen that nigga again. I did the dash. I was like, nah, I'm never telling somebody I produce again. A little bit of a long story, but man, if you guys have a horrible barbershop story, let me know down in the comments. Let's get to this video. So lately I've been listening to like a ton of Durk tracks and stuff. He's instantly become one of my favorites right now, because coming from Chicago, I've always known about Lil Durk, and he's always been like an underdog. Like, mad people was not fucking with him. To see him like as like one of the #1 people right now, that's really crazy to see. The song he got with Baby, that's been stuck in my head for like a couple weeks now. I decided to like make something kind of like that. So this is what the beat sounds like.
Art, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, so that's what that sounds like. As you can see, you know, you use the block system, as CHOPSQUAD DJ says.
Called the block pattern formation.
But I'm pretty sure a lot of people make beats like this, all in the pattern. That's just something I do. I don't know, I'm very unorthodox when I make music. But let's break it down though. So this is the melody. I use this VST. I just wanted to use like a cheap piano. So with melodies like this has a swing, and this is like a triplet, I guess you call it. But with this, I just used like 1/3 step and then just kind of did what felt good. Like, there's really no method to it. It's just doing what sounds good. The whole melody only has like 3 chords. I'm finding that like songs, especially like catchy songs or successful songs, they usually have like 4 chords, 3 chords, something like that. What made it sound big was the fact that like I used octaves. So this is really the same thing, it's just like pitched down like 2 octaves. And then with the effects, EQ, shimmer, and a little Valhalla room to give it that ambiance. I only use the, you know, shimmer for like texture to fill it out, to make it sound like a lot fuller, and then the reverb to just fill it out. Cheap pianos are the cheat code. I think the more important part is this part right here. Just like the song, I like the way the transition goes from synth bass to 808. So I know a lot of people might think like this note sounds weird, but it's really just the octave up. It's really to give emphasis to transition to the next part. So when like you hear this octave up, it's like it goes up, and then when the 808 comes in, it goes down. So it's like it's just like a psychology effect, like just something simple. For everybody that wants to know about like the synth bass, this just growler moog bass, like it's the same thing that was used in Bryson Tiller's Exchange. None of this shit here is special. All it is crash, triplet hi-hats. I just felt like if I was gonna use the triplets, like it wouldn't have sound good. Like if I just did this. It doesn't sound as great, so I just decided to use the triplets, so it gives it like more energy. You know, something simple. This clap, it's from a Kyle Stenberger kit. I just found out who that was, yo. So yeah, shout out to him. Next part. Oh, actually, I didn't even talk about the most important part right here. The snare rolls. It's really all like triplets. This probably took the most time because like I didn't want to do too much. I just wanted it to ride and like go with everything. And as you can see, like I mess with like a lot of the velocities just to kind of give it that feel. I really don't like when everything's like this as much. Maybe the hi-hats, but when it comes to like 808s or even like snare rolls and shit like that, like I like having some variation with them. It just gives it a human feel. Oh, very important before I jump into the 808s. Have your 808s and your bass at the same cut knob. 4x4, 4x4. So it could transition better, because if the bass is spilling over, it's not gonna sound good. So let's hear that transition just to kind of give context. Did you guys hear it? One more time. You see what I mean? Like it gives it like a crazier feel. So let's break this pattern down. For me, making music like this and like patterns it's really just a lazy thing. Like I'm super lazy. I just want to make the idea happen. I don't care about like the specifics. So in this pattern, everything is pretty much the same. The only thing that's getting introduced is the 808 and the open hat. And then the 808s I have doing some like triplets. Like I said, man, playing with the velocity with just like certain parts just gives it more of an emphasis. Like this part right here makes it feel like on some like drummer type of shit. Like it just gives it more energy to me. In my eyes, it just gives it more energy. For everybody that's wondering, this is the Bop It 808 from my new Blueprint Volume 2 drum kit that's gonna drop very soon. I'm almost done with it. Like I still gotta add more stuff to this. And this folder is only for like the 808s, so that way when your kick hits, it matches perfectly with your 808. A lot of these other ones, they have punch and they pretty much fit with the kicks, but I just wanted to have to make it easier, you know what I'm saying? Claps, I still gotta work on them. Hi-hat midis, hi-hats. I have a ton of kicks, like trust me, I have a ton of kicks, but this folder is gonna get taken out. I got all this stuff. I gotta work on the one shots, but I got some stuff in here. And I made some crazy ass artwork to it. Like I can't wait to show everybody. I'm sorry I got distracted, but yeah. For the 808, all I did was just like shorten it up. Like that's all I did. Oh, how could I forget? Another part was this like guitar kind of sound. in context. It's just something subtle, but it fills it up a little bit more, and it kind of just brings more emphasis. Like, I really like that dark sound, so anything that'll like not disrupt it but add to it is always a win in my book. The next pattern, all I pretty much did was double the clap and the snare. I really like doubling claps on the second half of the chorus because it just gives it more emphasis. I know you're probably wondering, like, what are these patterns? They're pretty much the same thing, just pitched up. Like, that 808 is smacking. And listen, I didn't put nothing in it, and it's from scratch. A lot of these sounds from this upcoming kit are from scratch, and there's a couple there's some sprinkles of some sounds that people already use, but it's beefed up, and it's like, it'll sound way better. The only other melodic thing that I added to this beat was like this here. Some cheap strings just kind of panned this way, one pan this way and the other one pan this way, just to kind of give more emphasis to it. The last thing I did was just like add a blood filter, you know, the Mike Will filter, and just to transition to like those parts. This shit not rocket science, fam. It's just really all about the idea. If the idea is good, you can replace the cheap sounds. You can do all that other stuff. But just make the idea good, and then you should be sure. All right, so before I play this video, hold on. Tell me if this looks the same or not. Alright, I'm just playing, but listen, that's it for the video. You guys already know I'm gonna play the full beat out. Let me know down in the comment section what else you guys want to see and what was your favorite part of this video. And also let me know if you could see Lil Durk and Lil Baby on here, because if I could get this to them, that would be super fire. Or if I can get this to like a money bag yo, that also would be super fire. So let me know. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Like, comment, all that type of shit, man. We going up this year. We definitely are going up this year. So with that being said, I gotta go pick up a suit, and I will catch you guys next time.